What's a hobby that just gets exponentially more expensive as you get deeper into it? Modding computers. There is literally no limit in spending money, and the more I want to change, the more expensive it gets. You start to add some hardware, then you might go for a full water cooling build, then you start to mod on your case and spend money on tools, plexiglass, etc. The list goes on. But hey, everybody needs a hobby. Then before too long you start contemplating building a second computer for LAN parties and such, because a laptop just doesn't cut it. Oh, and then you get that nice 4K monitor and you need better graphics to push that puppy to the limit. Scuba diving. Astronomy. Naked eyes. Free. Basic backyard telescope. $100 is. Something a bit less than basic. $1,000 is. High end. Plus backyard observatory. $10,000 is. Mountaintop observatory. Upwards of $1.50 million. EVLA. $100 million. Hubble Space Telescope. $2.50 billion. A well-to-do buddy is almost done with a 200-foot high observatory in his backyard. I can't wait to get my peepers in there. He also has a water park and 300-foot zipline. He owns a demolition company and has a full set of full-sized Tonka toys for home use. Almost all his materials are from old factories. The whole place screams steampunk. Saltwater aquariums. So expensive. I could buy a decent car with what I have tied into my tank. Cars, especially when it comes to rare cars, the insurance and maintenance costs must be insane. I like to race, upgrade to start with a shifter and a cold air intake, and end up with built motors and $10,000 turbo kits. You definitely have to pay to play in that world. Knitting. You start with cheap acrylic crap yarn from the craft store and plastic needles. Then you discover fine wools, and silk blends, and local farm produce, and hand-dyed yarny masterpieces, and rare fibers like cashmere and quiviak, and then you need good tools to work with. You get an interchangeable set, and then another, and another, and a custom case to put them all in. After 14 years, I own about $700 worth of needles and have spent over $20,000 on yarn. I thought I'd save money by knitting my own sweaters for $10 each. That's hilarious to me now. The last sweater quantity of yarn I bought is a cashmere blend and was over $250. And now I own a spinning wheel and associated accessories for it. See, this is a good answer because you assume it's dirt cheap at the start. Travel. Every place you go there are 2 more places beside it you didn't visit. I was supposed to go to Peru for a month and a half. 4 months later I took a plane home from Bolivia. Ham radio. Paintball. My first gun was like $100, and I'd use half a case of paintballs, maybe $40 worth, during a day. As of when I stopped playing, top of the line guns were $1,200 to $1,500, and people I knew would usually dump a few hundred more on upgrades, and use 3-6 cases of paintballs a day. Plus, you know, they'd have 3 or 4 backup guns, and the competitive level players would go through more like 12-15 cases a day from what I understand. Recreational flying. You dish out $100 on a discovery flight, the addiction strikes. So you figure, why not work on your private license $8,000 later? You're licensed and set to conquer the skies whenever you want. But wait, the rental rate is $150 an hour? Okay, cut a few costs elsewhere to stay airborne. You build experience. Why not go for your instrument rating? A few $1,000s later, look at you go. Might as well be a well-rounded pilot, and do some tail rigger multi-training for the experience. Those rental costs though, they haven't improved, so you peruse used aircraft advertisements. That gorgeous little Cessna 172 catches your eye, and all of a sudden you're an owner, and broke. You might point out that a 4-passenger plane with a single weenie propeller can easily go for more than $300 K. When I bought one in 1970 the damn thing was $18,000. Audiophilia, especially when you start believing you need magical pixie dust power cables. Never buy the $900 Panda tipped Audio Quest cables. Horse riding, anything equestrian. As a beginner you'll need a bonnet, jodhpurs and lessons. Next thing you know, you're competing and need fancy clothes. and a horse to feed, house and groom, several horses. Beer. I remember my husband buying his first specialty beer, which cost like €3. Then he joined a drinking team and started to attend beer fairs. Now we have €2,500 worth microbrewery in our apartment kitchen. I should join a drinking team. I might go pro. Warhammer 40k. Came here to say this. Tiniest tweak to an army list. Gotta shell out anywhere between £20 to £50 to make it viable. Such is life in service of the Emperor. Golf. You can start out with a nice used set that cost maybe $200. You get better, everyone is telling you the new tit list will really give you those extra yards to lower that score. You're shooting bogey now. Your close game has been all over the place. I need a new set of wedges. Of course $300 there, even though you've bought those new irons for $799. How much is the new SLDR? $399. Not to mention a fairway wood and hybrids. $400 there. How much is it to actually play? At lowest $30-40 per 18. $100 for nicer courses. And a beer. So much $20 12 packs. Cycling for sure. First you start out with some used beater mountain bike because you want to save some money on gas. Then you realize it's a ton of fun, but your bike sucks. So you get a decent used road bike. Inevitably something breaks and you upgrade the part. Repeat that process forever. Then you try mountain biking and you love it, so you buy a mountain bike. Then you get tired of cleaning your road bike every time you ride in the rain, so you put together a Frankenbike single speed for a rain bike. Then a friend tells you about something called bike polo, so you put together a polo bike. Then you start traveling out of town to play in tournaments, so factor in travel costs. All the while you're paying for new parts and maintenance, and always on the lookout for your next bike. There's a common theme in the cycling community. N+1=Xn is the amount of bikes you have and X is the number of bikes you need. I'll never stop riding, but goddamn, I could have bought a really nice car for all the money I've put into my bikes. Photography. So many lenses. Is drinking a hobby? Not if you drink the same bottom shelf fifth every morning before work. Probably playing a musical instrument. My first acoustic guitar cost probably less than $200, and that was all my first year or so of playing cost me. Then I decided, man, I really would love to go electric. So I got a new guitar and then an amp. Then I started reading about how cable quality really mattered to the sound, so I bought some high-end cables. Then I started thinking about how switching between distortion clean on chorus verse would really take my songs to the next level. So I bought a basic pedal. Then I saw this cool kid do a show with a drum machine and I was like, wow, I could do that. So I bought a drum machine looper. Then I thought, wow, I have been playing for a while. I really need a 12-string acoustic. Then I decided, well, I needed to learn bass, so that's a whole new instrument amp. Anyway, I have spent a lot of money on this hobby. It's funny too, because now that I have moved away from home, all I have space time for is that crappy acoustic that I got my first year of playing. Life is cool like that sometimes. RC airplanes. Makeup. Sure, it starts out innocent enough. A pretty lipstick here, a shiny eyeshadow there. Then suddenly, you find yourself reading Armacube prediction every day, and wondering which holiday special eye palettes you could get that might bump your points to Vib Rouge status at Sephora. Oh god help. Owning a boat. The two happiest days in the life of a boat owner are the day he buys the boat and the day he sells the boat. I've seen both of those days happen in one day. I finally sold the boat, now I can get another boat. Miniatures. And if you're really unlucky, train models. It started with a tank. Now there's a whole city in the basement. Oh god, there's actual working power lines. Everything moves. There's a tunnel that goes outside the house. It's spreading outside. There's now another miniature train track town in the backyard. Good god. Now they're at war with the neighbor's forces to expand into his territory. Gambling. Only if you lose, said every gambler who lost all their money ever. Drumming. You can literally spend as much as you want, and there's always just one more thing you must have. Same goes for guitar. I play both, and I constantly find myself pining for that new guitar or that new piece for my kit. It's never enough. There are way too many options to just settle on one. Dating. Just wait until you advance to marriage level. Rocketry. Walmart model rocket with disposable engine. $10. Reusable rocket with nozzle and bulk fuel. $1,000. Orbiter sent to take pictures of Mars. $76 million. Scientology. If you have to convert others to your religion in order to go to heaven, it is a pyramid scheme. Reef keeping. The tanks get bigger, the lighting gets brighter, and the coral gets more expensive. Motor racing. Steam. You start out with that one game you really want, then a daily sale catches your eye and it's too dang good to pass on. Then a developer sale and you buy 4 games all at 50% off even though you don't own a PC. Then you chug along and the winter or summer sales happen. Skyrim for $4.99. Of course I have to get it, and 19 games later, you've spent all your savings, 40% of which you can't even play because you own a stupid MacBook. Music production. Why must they come out with a new piece of hardware every week? I want IT all. Mad science. Minions and volcano bases don't come cheap. Record collecting. Cosplay. The better you get at it, the better the materials you use, the more it cost. I feel you. When I started, I was all this will do. Now I'm just no, it has to be a certain cloth and a certain color. If I can't have it, I'm going as a freaking photographer. Watch collecting. Anything collecting. Cars. Turbo cars. Turbo Subarus especially. I started out buying an eBay exhaust for $200 that was supposed to get me 5-10 HP. I recently spent about $8k on building a completely new engine, bigger turbo, and upgraded transmission. Sigh. I know a couple of Turbo RX-7 owners that would like a word with you. You've been visited by Professor Papa. You'll ace all your classes this year only if you comment study hard Papa. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check out another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day you magnificent people.